I want to share one beautiful moment and a very interesting story. Something very interesting happened recently. About 2 weeks ago, early in the morning, I was walking to a place that I had to go, and the road was it was completely isolated, I would say. Like people were still asleep, and I was walking, and I was using Google Map to reach to that place, and I just instead of walk I had to walk straight, but instead of walking straight I walked toward the left direction. And as I walked toward the left direction, there were three dogs. And those dogs were not aggressive, like they were just curious, and usually when I see dogs I'm like, just hey, something like that I do. But that day, and I looked, three dogs, and they were me maybe expecting food or something, but they were not aggressive. But still I saw, um, I looked to the left and I saw one stick that was on the road, and I immediately picked it up. Then I found out that I'm on the wrong direction, so I come back and I go straight in the direction that I was supposed to go in. So, and immediately when I go in that straight direction, one giant, not giant, but still like it was quite big, a big, black, aggressive dog starts barking, starts running at me, ready to jump at me and bite me. But because I had that stick, I immediately started like hurling the stick at him, and he got scared and he hid under a car. And he was still like ready to just jump at me, and he was still barking very loudly. And nobody was there except one man, whom like the first time I was walking I didn't even say anything, he didn't say anything. But while it was like the dog was barking at me, I immediately called at him and I said, please come here. And he came, and then he came with his scooty, and he immediately like asked me to sit on his scooty, and I asked him to take me to a place like away from the dog. And then I walked I got off the scooty and I kept walking. After some time, there were like many other dogs on the street, and even they started like, although no other dogs were as aggressive as that black one, but even they were like barking at me and ready to like chase me. But I still had the stick, and I ended up walking with another man who was on a morning walk, and he started like casually started talking, and I walked with him. Well, that was an interesting story, and the reason why I'm sharing this is because I am, I mean, because of a lot of things in how I grew up and all of that, I am extremely shy and self conscious. I am very less like, and I kind of lack protective instincts, I would say. Like, usually, if I see dog, I'm like, I would give them something, like play with them or something. Instead of doing that, it was very unlikely of me to not, I mean, it was very unlikely of me to first pick up that stick. Even if I had that stick, I would feel very shy and self-conscious, and I would throw it away, but I would still carry it. And I was hurling it at the dog, and I asked for help. I walked with a man and I sat on his scooty and I asked him to carry me away. All of those things were not likely me. So this was the blessings in this, is it was a very, these are the overt blessings of God, that I was very fortunate to go on that wrong way first and find that stick and walk in the right direction later. Although I still had my bag and I could have chased the dog with my bag as well, but still like the stick was better. And and another blessing, of course Google Map is there. Another blessing is that man was there, and that man had a scooty, and that man was safe, and that other man was also safe. And the so those are the things, those are the overt things. and the work he has been doing inside of me, which is the work of healing, which is the work of restoration. He God gives us kingdom wisdom, spiritual wisdom, but he also gives us wisdom and direction in our daily small things. Yes, we as Christians, we are not given the promise to be that we will be safe from everything, but God certainly does give us so many smart ideas, and whatever ways we can protect ourselves, he teaches us how to do that. And for me it was really, I mean, any normal person would say, I mean, that happens to me on a regular basis. But for me it was great because of who I am, and because of, as a child I was bitten by a dog. So that makes it extra interesting. Okay. And what else? And apart from that, I mean, I would have really enjoyed it if there were no dogs. But I had the satisfaction of taking a step to protecting myself against that dog, taking immediate actions, and just the healing of my decision making agency. And this is something very human, and this is something I know that it's a blessing of God, and I am aware that people accomplish this without any interaction with God. But for people, like, it's not common for a lot of people. So I was able to do that while walking with God. That's what makes it beautiful. And I pray that you will also be able to and enjoy the work of restoration that God does in our life.